Donald Trump Jr. is expected to be grilled by congressional investigators who are looking for answers, but no date has been set for his testimony, and it is unlikely that he will be on Capitol Hill to answer questions before Labor Day. Elaine?
Well, Jeff, if there are, quote, clearly unconstitutional provisions, as the president said, then why didn't the president veto the bill?
Well, that's a good question, but the reality is, in this atmosphere, there was a lot of pressure on the president to sign that bill the way it passed overwhelmingly in the Senate and was sent to his desk. It took 5 days for him to do it, but he signed the bill. And it's because of the pressure around this Russia investigation. Members of Congress also want Russia to pay a price for meddling in the election, which they are unanimous about, as are intelligence agencies, that Russia was meddling in the 2016 election.
Well, Jeff, do we know, is there a precedent for this kind of position for a bill like this?
Well, listen, it is unusual for a president to sign a bill, but at the same time in a statement call it flawed and unconstitutional. So that is unusual, but these are unusual times. I think we can all agree about that. And so, yes, it is different for a president to sign a bill like that he calls flawed.
And Jeff, going back to your reporting that congressional investigators are looking to obtain phone records related to the June 2016 meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer, do we know what they're looking for?
Well, yes, we do. We know that they want to know what happened and what was discussed before the meeting, during the meeting, and if there was any follow-up after the meeting. And to get a more complete picture, they're going to need a lot more than just the emails that Donald Trump Jr. released last month. They want phone records and then the emails pertaining to other people who were included in that meeting. Because they want as full a picture as they can possibly get about what was said and what came out of that meeting.
And Jeff, Special Counsel Robert Mueller added another attorney to his team, a former deputy AG who oversaw the fraud unit and handled illegal foreign bribes. What does this say about the timeline for the investigation?
Well, it says that it's going to continue, and really that's what we've been told for a long time now, that this is an investigation that will take time. We're already a year into the FBI counterintelligence investigation into this, but it could go on for at least another year. At least that's what we're being told. And so this news that he is adding to his team, and specifically the type of experience that he is adding to his team, according to people that we've talked to, in a lot of ways signals where this investigation is going. Now, whether they find any type of wrongdoing, well, that's still to be determined. But based on who he is bringing on his team, you can get a better idea of what investigators are interested in and what they're trying to figure out.
Finally, Jeff, we also learned that former FBI Director James Comey will be releasing a book next spring about leadership and decision-making. What can we expect from that?
Well, this is not going to be a self-help book. Of course, there will be people who will get some tips from this book, but it's all about James Comey and what he has to say about his time in government. And he is worked in the Justice Department. He's been the director of the FBI at turbulent times, turbulent periods in U.S. history. And he's been in on some of these very important meetings involving the White House. And of course, he was fired by President Trump in May. So there are a lot of people who are interested in what he has to say, and having covered him over the last several years, he is an interesting character, and he likes to talk. He likes to give speeches. He often ad-libs through his speeches, and he's a good storyteller. And that's why you have this publisher, I'm sure, paying him a seven-figure advance to write this book.
I'm sure he has a lot to say. Jeff Pegues in Washington. Jeff, thank you.